are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian.
I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
It's a hockey Saturday, and this is Guy in the BlueNote fan report. Yeah, I can't be my exuberant self because it's 7:30 in the morning, and I live in an apartment building. So if I'm going people are gonna start screaming and yelling and hollering, and I don't need that. So hey, it's Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and this is your BlueNote fan report on a hockey Saturday. The St. Louis Blues are in Buffalo, New York to take on the Sabres. That's right, Tage Thompson, he's back. Oh, man, I guess this shirt kind of looks funky, huh? Ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. Sabres, a lot of people thought that they were going to be a contender, a playoff contender for sure, and they've struggled. He is here. He was early. So was Sister JJ. I hope you're still around. Yeah, Tage playing is probably a big thing. I don't know how many games he's had since he's been back, but it'll be it. Basically neighbors against Thompson, kinda. It'd be nice to see that. Really today's game's important because you need to see how the layoff has affected them. The last game, the thought process was that they played lackadaisical, that they took the game off. I don't believe that. I don't feel that. I saw other things. John Hefter, bedtime shortly. Well, Jet, you should have gone to bed earlier so you could been up for the show. That's kind of on you, man. Uh-oh. We're all in trouble. It's the Lance Man. Hey Lancer.
Guys. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited for the. I mean, it's 7:30 in the morning, so I have to keep my voice down a little bit, so I don't. Even though I'm in a brick building, my voice carries.
Yep.
My voice is like my voice in an apartment building is like my voice on the ocean.
Yeah,
a horn on the ocean.
Yeah.
That sound. You hit a horn on the ocean, you can hear that sound.
I know.
For 10,000 miles. My voice is the same.
Yeah, I got to be a little quieter than normal. So my wife's in the bedroom next to this room sleeping. So
yeah, so we're both in that same boat. Well, no, I get your point. I see what you're saying, E, but there's a little bit more. It's a level of importance, right?
It's definitely a level of importance to get off on the right track after the All-Star game.
Right? Yeah, with everyone feeling like they took the game off against Columbus, which I don't feel they did. I really don't. I mean, maybe offensively it wasn't what you wanted, but damn, they played a hell of a defensive game. All right, we talked about that yesterday. This team, if they want to challenge, I was looking at it earlier, they're at 54 points. I feel like you need 95 to make the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
And at 95, that's so they played 49 games. So that means they've got 33 left, if my math is right. Right? 49, 59, 69, 79,
33.
yeah, 88, 81, 82. Yeah, so they've got 33 games left. You're at 54 points. And at 95, if you're using the benchmark at 95, that's 21 points, right? Or no, 41 points.
41.
That's 20.5 wins out of 33 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's you're talking about playing almost 800 hockey, right? 700 hockey.
I think it's about 735, 745. And also the thing about it is they've got to keep pace with the teams that are right behind them too, and the teams that are right in front of them. Because
if you're getting your 20 wins, you're doing that.
Yeah, I think it would be, I think somewhere between 93 and 92 to 95 is going to make the playoffs, but you've got to make it, as much as you can there. So
it's 620 hockey. They got to play 620 hockey from here on out.
That's not impossible, but
in my mind, and it's
they're going to have to play really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more plausible that they can play that than it is that they get into that third place spot.
Yeah.
Right. And when you look at 11 points, 5.5 games, you have to play 5.5 games better than the Winnipeg Jets. And at this moment, I don't completely see that happening. However, if Winnipeg keeps leaning heavily on Hellebuyck, like they have been doing in the past, and I brought this up before, I said, the more you lean on Hellebuyck, the more they fall in the late. And that's what happened to them last year. They fell late last year because they leaned on Hellebuyck, right? And it's nothing against him. Today's game, goalies aren't going to play Grant Fuhr type numbers. You're not going to see another goalie play 79 games.
I don't think you're going to see another goalie play 60 games.
Because the only one right now that I think could play 60 and has played 60 in the last couple of years has been Vasilevsky.
Yeah, but he's been injured. He's not going to play 60. He was out for a long time.
Yeah, but he's like the last guy to do it, I think. When he had that 52 win season or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Remember what I'm talking about?
He had a really good season. Yeah, he had a lot of wins.
The 2018-19 when they won the cup, or not the cup, the President's Trophy. Right. So when it comes to that, oh, by the way, let me throw this up there for you.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
All right.
One thing I will say, talking about goalies, the Blues offense must be much better because Luukkonen is starting in goal, and his save percentage is .943, and he's just played his goals against is like 1.45. Luukkonen in Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
The save percentage is like 1.43 or 1.45, and he's playing .943.
Is that in recent?
Well, let me look here. I had
his overall is 250. 258, and he's got a 910.
In the last, he's played 7 of the last 8 games, and he's had a 943 and a 145 goals against.
So goals are could be at a premium, and then we're starting Hofer. I don't know if that's the right move or not. I get it, but still, when you look at the 3 games in 4 nights, right? I think Bennington is better than Hofer, Bennington.
Yeah, I would definitely. I would have started Bennington today.
Bennington against Buffalo, Hofer against Montreal, Bennington against Toronto. Now, I will say this: you have to win the next 2 games. There's no ands, ifs, or buts.
Mm-hmm.
You have to win the next 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
You have to beat Buffalo. You have to beat Montreal. Period. End of story. Nothing else. The other part of this is, right after this, you have a stretch of 5 games that are like, oh my God. You talk about a tough schedule, right? Remember back early January, we talked about the Blues having that really hard, late December, early January, having that really hard, tough schedule. They've got another one coming up. I was looking at it earlier. I don't have it pulled up right away. Damn it. Just when I think I'm prepared, I'm never prepared, right?
Mhm.
Looking at, because it just shot me out. By the way, also I had said that I thought the Washington Capitals was the first home and home we had. It was actually the last one. We only
Yeah.
had 2 this season. We had one earlier against Vegas. I was
Yep.
wrong about that. So you've got Columbus and Montreal today, right? Our Buffalo and Montreal today. Buffalo today, Montreal tomorrow. The next 5 games after that, are you ready for this? Toronto, Edmonton, Nashville, Toronto, New York Islanders. That's 5 tough games. Now, you may say Nashville's not. Nashville's a divisional game at home. Divisional game at home against a team that is right behind you in the standings, and you have 2 tough games before that. So yes, you sandwich that game in there. I call that a hell of a tough schedule. Now they get a break. They get an away game against Detroit, and then they come back with back to back a Tuesday, Wednesday at the end of January against Winnipeg and Edmonton.
Yeah, I think in these next 7 games, you're going to see whether this team makes the playoffs. I think they got to win 5, and they got to go 5-2, and hopefully maybe get a tie or go into, do something, because these next 7 games are going to be tough games. But you know what I like?
Yeah.
A lot of people look at it and go,
"This is a tough month. This is a tough month."
A lot of people look at it and go, "Oh my God, Toronto, guys, Toronto is not the top team like Toronto fans say they are. They're a good team, but if you play sound defense against them, you can beat them pretty easily."
Well, no, Matthews right now is on a tear. Matthews almost scoring at will.
Yeah, but you know what? He's not played against a lot of teams that are playing, tough defense. Yeah. A lot of teams, the mistake the teams make with Toronto when Toronto blows teams out is they try to play wide open. Hello, Ashley.
Yeah. Aaron, I will get to this real quick. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. I know you didn't. You missed the show yesterday. I don't have a problem with the Blues being in the Winter Classic. I have a problem with the Blackhawks being in the Winter Classic.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. According to the league office, you're going to see Chicago in a lot of those winter games from now on because of Bedard.
And I have an issue with that. I have a big issue with that. Bedard hasn't earned an effing thing.
No, and you know what? In my opinion,
when did let me ask this question. When did McDavid come in the league? 2008, right?
I think he's been in the league for 8 or I think he's been in the league for no, not 2008. He's only, what is he, 28, 29? 29?
I don't know.
I think he's been in the league 9 or 10 years.
Hold on, I'm going to look at this real quick.
I think it's 9 or 10 years. And you know what? If the league does it right, Bedard may not win the Calder. I think it's set up for him to win, but I can't think
not with that injury.
Yeah, but I think, and I can't remember who it is. Another rookie's got 27 goals or 20. He's got more goals than Bedard, or 28.
Yeah. So he got drafted in 2015.
Yeah, so he's been in the league 9 years.
Right. So he's been in the league. And I think he came right up, right?
Yeah,
so,
8 or 9 years. Yeah.
So 9 years. He's been in the league for 9 years. This is his 9th year.
Mm-hmm.
How many Winter Classics has McDavid played in?
1, maybe 2.
I don't think he's played in any.
Well, what's the Heritage Classic? I think
he might have played in there. But the thing, what I'm trying to get at is, even in his first year, Edmonton didn't get an outdoor game.
No.
Right? So he kind of had to prove himself.
Here's the teams the NHL likes to have in the Winter Classic: Detroit, the Blackhawks, Boston, Philadelphia, and they like the Capitals. Those are their 5 teams that they like to put in the winter games.
And I have an issue with that. The Winter Classic, when they started the Winter Classic, remember this, the Winter Classic, they started perfectly.
Yeah.
Was Pittsburgh and Buffalo in Buffalo, and it was snowing.
Yeah, that was great.
Right? Perfect. And that is what here's my issue with the Blues and the Blackhawks playing at Wrigley Field. Why did it take so long? That should have been like the second or third one. Instead, you gave the Blackhawks Detroit. Then you sent the Blackhawks in another Winter Classic to freaking South Bend. This is their third home Winter Classic. And I think it's their fifth one, because I know they played us. I think they played another away game. I forget who. They played against three. Which Wendy was here. They played against three original six teams. So
they played against Detroit.
They played Boston. They played Detroit. And I want to say they played the Rangers.
I could
be wrong.
Yeah, you might be wrong, but I think you're right. They've only played the 6 original teams.
Well, no, they played. I think they played 2 or 3 of the original 6 teams. See, that's what Wendy thought it should have been an original 6 team, and I disagreed with that. First of all, it shouldn't be the Connor Bedard has earned absolutely nothing in the NHL yet.
Nothing
in my eyes. Right? Brock Faber could pass up Bedard.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Faber.
Rookies with 33 points. Faber has 31 for the Wild. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing about it. I actually like Faber. He looks better. He looks more comfortable in the NHL than Bedard does. Bedard looks like a little kid. His body, it's a guy. What did I tell you before he started? I said he's going to have to gain some weight, or he's going to get killed in this league.
I absolutely said he was going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I said it. That was my initial concern.
And then what happens, guy?
Concern with him.
What happens, guy? Every time he gets touched, the Blackhawks fans go nuts. Yep. Oh, you can't hit a star. He's not a star yet.
Yeah, I agree with that. Listening to the wisest men of blues hockey taking the night off. Well, I appreciate it there, John.
Thank you, John.
I don't know if we're the smartest, or the wisest, but we like to talk about it.
I think we're the most unbiased. When the Blues are bad, we call them out. When they're good, we praise
well,
them.
I mean, put it this way: I have had people this season tell me that they were no longer going to watch me. First, because I was too negative, and then because I was too positive.
People tell me that too. Yeah, when I try to make my old podcast more positive, people tell me you're not being hard enough on him, and you're too positive.
Then when
I would be negative, I got hell for beating up on Steen for the last 2 years he was here, and people stopped watching me because of it.
I think that you need to. First of all, I will admit that I probably watched the game, and you've seen me watch a game. Right now, you see me watch it from really high up, which is kind of different. But I like to think that I see the game completely differently. Right? I will tell you a quick story. I went to a military night game in 2018, and we were playing the Sharks. And I watched the Sharks come out of the neutral zone, and as soon as they got in the neutral zone, I said they're going to score here. And lo and behold, they scored. You should have seen every head that was around me turn and just stare at me. Like, how did you know that? Right? Because I saw what was happening, the way the breakout was, the way the neutral zone was, the way the players were set up.
The way the play was developing. All that. Yeah, the way the play was developing.
Right? I saw that instantly. I mean, I instantly saw it and knew it was going to happen. And if you watch me, if I can watch a game on TV, it's a little harder. And if I can watch it, like if I'm going to a game, not for enjoyment, but to look at the game, to watch, I want to be like at the bottom of the second level. So you can look down and get that whole field. I want to be in the middle looking down, right? Where we were in the alumni box, it was really hard to see everything. And then, you're trying to soak in the atmosphere more than you are the game. Be nice and be mean, mix it up, or be over the top like Concher, yeah. But when Ashley, I don't know if she's still here. Ashley sat with me with the game when we saw the Blackhawks play, and she's my head doesn't stop moving, right? She noticed that. She says, "Man, you're in tune." Right? And other people have been in games with me. They will say that. They, how in tune I am to what's going on. And because of that, that's why I see the individual things, the little things that make up the big picture, so I don't see the big picture all the time. Right? And this is like the Columbus game. You go back to Columbus, and my goodness, the fans, this game sucks. It's boring. It's not a fun game. It's not a good game. They're playing shitty. They're playing this. And I'm thinking the whole time, wow, this is a hell of a defensive game. Wow, man, look what Columbus is doing. Wow, Columbus stepped their game up. They've got the blue. Sometimes when a team plays off, it's because of what the other team did that they weren't expecting. And that got completely missed. If I was a reporter, and I'm in the room post game, right, and I hear Bannister go off the way he did, I think my question would have been, well, was it the fact that Columbus did this, and this that it threw you guys off their game and they weren't able to recover? Columbus came at the Blues, not down the center of the ice like most teams do. They came at the Blues from the wings. And the Blues weren't ready for the wings. Now, they blocked a lot of shots. But Columbus was able to come down the wings and set up and get some good cycles going, where the Blues had one cycle early and then just couldn't get on a cycle because Columbus stayed in the zone. Columbus kept it in the zone. It would get knocked out and Columbus would bring it right back in. So, to me, a lot of what happened in that game, the fact that the coach said that, and here's one of my problems is, these coaches get asked this right after the game, heat of the battle. I don't think they see everything. I wish they'd had time to go back and look at a game before they were asked questions. Because if they were able to do that, I don't think you'd get the same press conferences. I think you'd get better press conferences where he might come out and say, yeah, well, it looked like this, but this is what was happening. Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, sure. A coach's first reaction, and I've even heard coaches say, well, it didn't look like we played well, but I haven't looked at the film yet, and we'll talk about it tomorrow with the team. And I don't know why. Maybe people see, I know, like you said, people see things differently than we do, but we got to understand, when a play happens and it's negative against your team, it's not always because they played bad. And Columbus has got a big, big team, especially on defense. And what they did is, like Guy said, and the Blues have problems with teams like this. When the Blues can come down the center, they're fine. When the Blues try to take it in within like 8 to 10 feet of the boards, Columbus pushes them against the boards and doesn't allow them access, and then gets the puck out quickly.
Well, it wasn't just us going into the zone. It was them coming into the zone.
Yeah.
Most teams against the Blues come in center, come in between the dots. Not Columbus. Columbus was constantly coming down the wings, and the Blues weren't set up for it. And I caught that. And see, I disagreed with that, Ryan.
Hey,
losing 1-0 though is really tough to accept because it was so close. I can, on a game like that, I will accept the 1-0 loss because a bounce, and that's what it was. It was a bounce that went the wrong way that caused that.
Mm-hmm.
A puck that didn't get out of the zone caused that, or if I remember right. How come they come out and play today? How they come out and play today, I'm assuming, is going to be a slow start for the Blues. I would hope not.
Me too.
But Buffalo has already played a game, so Buffalo's got their legs under them. I think the smart thing for the Blues, if I'm Bannister, I want to put out my fastest guys, and I'll mix my lines up for the start. I would put Neighbors, Kyrou, and maybe Saad. I know this is a funky line, but Saad's got some speed, right? Maybe you could put Bushnevich in there, but I would put a speed line there with my speediest defenseman. So once we got that that first face-off, we just used that speed and went straight down in there and kind of threw Buffalo for a loop.
Well, he's got on the first line, he's got two guys that are fast and another one that's got above average speed in Buchnevich, Thomas, and Kyrou. My problem is, Kapanen. If you want to trade Kapanen, let's just say the Blues want to trade him and they have no plans of moving on from him. Let's just say they have no plans of moving on from him. Why put him on the second with Shin and Neighbors? I don't. Kapanen is not a top 6 guy. He's just not. Yeah. And I know, and
but
people
Saad
say,
isn't either.
No.
Saad isn't either.
No.
Okay. And I've complained about Saad most of the season. That's why I gave Saad a D plus C minus. Right. That's why I was so hard. I mean, I've looked at Saad, even though he's got some decent numbers. The eye test tells me he's not where everybody thinks he is. Right.
No, he's not.
He's got 13 goals, 8 assists, 21 points. He's -9 with 14 penalty minutes. He does have 3 power play goals and 3 game-winning goals. Okay, he's been clutch, but he's only been clutch here and there. The majority of the time, he's disappearing or making mistakes. He makes more mistakes than Kyrou, and nobody calls him out for it.
Yep, and before the last 7-8 games, Shin was making mistakes constantly, and nobody called him out.
Oh yeah, I mean I kept bringing it up. It's why I got in a fight with somebody and I don't want to say got kicked out of their group, but got muted in their group.
I don't understand the thing about this fan base. This fan base, if you said anything about Backus, you didn't know what you were talking about. You were a hater. If you said anything bad about Pietrangelo, you didn't know what you were talking about. You were a hater. Now it's if you say anything about Braden Shin, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a hater. Hell, people think Alex Pietrangelo should have a statue and his number retired. Because and this is the reasoning, because he was the first captain to hoist the cup. Well, the other 2 assistant captains, they were the first assistant captains to hoist the cup. Why don't they get a statue?
Yeah, I know. It's that. That's the one problem with going so long to wait to win a cup, or getting in. It's not going so long to win a cup. It's getting into the Stanley Cup final the first 3 years, and then it taking so long after that. That really it sets up this hero worship that in some cases was deserved and others wasn't. Right? I feel the hero worship of Berube was not deserved. I feel the hero worship of Pietrangelo was slightly deserved. The hero worship of some of the players out there was not deserved. There's others that it was deserved. I'll tell you straight up, the hero worship of O'Reilly, absolutely deserved. He showed up from day one, or from the moment he got traded to the almost till he left. Right, I got no problem with that, even though he was a 1-year guy. But there's some other ones that, there was some hero worship, like Steen. Huge hero worship on Steen. And how great was it that Steen accepted going down to the bottom and doing what he did on the bottom? Steen didn't even play that well on the bottom.
The only time
it was great that he was there, but he should have been there a lot sooner than he was.
The only time he played well on that bottom line was the playoffs.
The playoffs.
That was it.
Right? Because he didn't get moved to the bottom line till the playoffs.
Yeah, till right around the playoffs. Yep.
Right? So there's some of it I understand, some of it I don't. I will sit there, I will tell you that Schwartz, Tereshchenko, Pietrangelo, I'm trying to think of Parayko, some of the others that had been, the guys that Steen, the guys that were drafted or got brought in the early 2010s to help build that team, right? Yep. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those are the guys that I don't mind the hero worship with. Some of the guys that got hero worship, I struggle. Okay. I have a gripe. Everybody likes ESPN, for example, going on about Bedard's fancy goal against the Blues in the same game the Black Sox lost. I say, if your team loses the game, what does that mean to me? It means absolutely nothing. I'm sick of them going out about it irks me. They won't mention that they lost again. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. The league, I think the league is making a huge mistake going all in on Bedard like they are. I think they're setting a very, very bad precedent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is okay to highlight your stars. Let them become stars first. When you give a kid right out and you anoint him a star before he ever played a game, right? That's the problems, right? That's the problems. And it just, for me, I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on Bedard. I don't think the league is being right. You know what? One of the problems hey Daniel, how you doing, bud? Welcome. One of the problems that this league has, and it's probably, I'd say, of each league has somewhere in there where people think it's rigged, right? Probably the one that's the least is MLB. I think MLB, that's more of the big teams because of money, because they don't have a salary cap.
Mostly,
they're the only one that doesn't have a salary cap.
Yep.
That why they're probably the least considered rigged. I think NFL is next, from fourth to third. Second is the NBA.
No, guy. There's more and more people that are thinking the NFL is rigged. Long time.
Yeah,
fans.
But it's not. But the NBA, but people more think the NBA is rigged than the NFL. And then you have the NHL. And a majority, especially, you look at the moment they won that lottery, the amount of people that came out and said, this is messed up. Bannister's doing his pregame.
Well, I kept telling people before it happened, I said, it's set up. Chicago will get Bedard. And they said, no, it's not. I said, well, then let's make it transparent. Let's do it live right in front of people instead of behind the closed doors.
They did do it that 1 year live. The
1 year they did.
Yeah, they did. The year they did the bubble. The bubble, they did it live. I love that.
Yeah, I did too. But not the Bedard year.
Because, and you know why they don't do it live? Because they want to have this big old thing where they put up the stop placards and do it backwards. Well, you know what? That's fine. Do it like that. Here's how you do it, right? You draw the numbers live, but you don't announce who the winner is. You draw the numbers. You don't announce who the winners is. Now, there are media members in the I don't even want to get into the Taylor Swift shit. And the game's about to start, by the way.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Wayne says, and what's going to happen when we get Celebrini this year? They will be, and I'll tell you what, if that happens, if you end up with the number 1 overall pick a second year in a row, yeah, I think there will be people, especially if you're not the worst team. If you jump teams, if you jump 3 or 4 teams, right? If you go from 3rd to 1st or 4th to 1st or 5th to 1st, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of screaming with that, Wayne.
Yeah, and
by the way, game's on.
Yeah, I'll go watch it in a second. It's like I love Snuggerud, I really do, but there are all these Blues fans. Snuggerud's going to be an all-star. Bolduc's going to be an all-star. Dean's going to be an all-star. DeVore, guys, that's not the way it happens. I remember, this is a good example. John Davidson, when he was here with the Blues, pushed TJ Oshie, David Perron, Berglund. They're going to be future superstars of the NHL. Were any of them superstars? Yeah. No, none of them were. And I like Snuggerud, but I'll judge him about 3 years after he's in the NHL.
Snuggerud, I will say this, of the 5 or 6 guys that we've got coming in the next 3 years, I feel Snuggerud and Dvorsky have the greatest upside.
I think they have the best potential. Yep.
Right. Bolduc might cap off a little early, I think. Same with Dean. I think the thing with Dean is my question is I forget who it was. If Dean, it wasn't it Vegas. Dean was part of the I think Dean was part of the Barbashev trade. Right? Yeah, it was a good first shift. They got a couple. Looked like they got 2 shots on goal there. Let me take a look at this real quick, but we have a pretty good conversation going on here. So I hadn't, and they're not showing. See, ABC doesn't show the shot totals.
Well, I'm going to answer this question about Edmonton. The reason Edmonton got all those number 1 picks and top picks, years ago they did it differently than they do it now. The lottery is different than the way they did it in the past.
Well, first of all, when Edmonton got those picks, I think they were the worst team like 4 years in a row.
They
3
were.
years in a row.
They were the worst team. Yeah.
I get what you're saying there, but I don't think they jumped. And I could be wrong, Wayne, but I don't think they jumped a bunch of teams. They were the worst. I know with McDavid, they were the worst team, and I think they were the worst team for a couple of years. Nathan says, which will happen first? Canadian wins the cup or Bedard with Chicago make the conference finals? Probably Bedard with Chicago makes the conference finals.
Yeah, because for some reason, I don't know why. You should appreciate and celebrate your heritage. Without Canadians playing the game, there is no game in the United States. Without them starting all that playing all those years ago in the original NHL and all those other professional leagues before it, without that, there is no game. But Bettman doesn't want to talk about that. He doesn't want to talk about how good hockey is in Canada. He wants to push Arizona. And I'm one thing real quick. I want to tell you one thing. The talk of the Coyotes maybe being taken over by the NHL. Yeah, Bettman is so big on that, which will be the second or third time they've done this for Arizona. There are a lot of owners that do not want to do that. They don't want to put their.
I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think the NHL will happen, and he's trying to be very careful about it and what he says, because one thing the NHL is afraid of is that if they get bought out, the owner of if they get bought out and moved, the owner of or if the NHL comes in and takes them over and then they move to Salt Lake City, he's worried they're going to get sued because if Bettman comes right out and says we want them in Salt Lake City, the owner of Arizona is going to sue them. I guarantee it.
Oh, wow. Good defensive coverage there. That's the same defensive coverage that we saw in the last game, but nobody talked about. Ooh, Sonny just took one off the right ear or left ear.
All right, Guy, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go downstairs.
Oh, Walker, how did that not go in? Oh, my goodness. Walker put one right, and it went right along the line.
I'm going to go downstairs and watch it on my big 85-inch screen TV my son bought me.
See you at the intermission, bud.
All right, buddy.
All right. Yeah. I kind of heard about that. The thing with Canada winning the cup, I mean, it's not. You only of the 32 teams, only 7 are Canadian teams, so the percentage there goes way down. And not only that, you have the problem of you have 4 of them in one conference. Are 3 in one conference and 4 in the other conference. Well, that makes it even harder. I mean, you only have 7 teams, and you end up getting them playing against each other. You have Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa in the East, and then you have Winnipeg, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. Usually in the first round, 2 of those teams play each other. I'm watching on ABC, so I should be up with everybody. I should be even. And it's on national TV. It's the only way you can. Well, I think you can watch it on ESPN Plus too. Right? Shots are 2-1 in favor of Buffalo, but oh man, I can't believe that Walker didn't score there. He had that. He had it. Oh man, hits the skate. That would have if 25 from Buffalo doesn't touch that puck, that hits the post and goes in. Owen Power. I think the best bet is Edmonton and Vancouver. But again, they're probably going to face each other. And that could be an issue. Scandella makes 2 quick shots. Scandella with another shot. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Oh, that was a penalty. I thought that might have been a trip. Buffalo gets a power play. They do, but they have too many question marks. I mean, the goaltending is the biggest one. I'm doing as good as can be expected, Miss Sandy. Hey, Wayne. One of the other reasons that I think people with Chicago, when they look at Chicago, is the fact that this is like that would be the second time that that's happened where they've lucked into really good players, right? The Kane Tays deal and a few others, and that. So that's why. Rosen is playing because Prunovich and Letty are both hurt, and Letty's on the IR. That's why. Does that make sense, Wayne? I know when people say that against your team, you don't want to. You really don't want to. You don't want to. Oh, no, it can't be. But when you step back a little bit and you go, okay. Okay, I said Letty. I meant Falk. Falk is who I meant. Falk is on the IR. My bad. Quick tongue. Falk is on the IR and Prunovich is hurt. I remember, I think it was the year that the Blues got Pietrangelo. They had the 4th worst record, and the lottery went 1, 2, 3. I mean, and I think it's like one of the few times that it had ever, and when they picked 3, that it had ever done that. And that just felt, it just didn't feel right because it hadn't. If it had done that in a couple previous years, maybe, but the fact that it had never done that, and then all of a sudden it does it. It's you try to, but like it's like one of the things, and this is what I talk about. This is why I don't feel like Chicago should be in the Winter Classic. You have that feeling of the system being rigged, and what do? You do something that adds to that sentiment. And that's the one thing that makes it hardest to believe is that it takes so many people in order to make that happen. That's the part where it makes it hard to believe. However, they're the what do you call it? The perception. Oh, nice clear there. Good play by Buffalo on the power play. But the perception, if the perception's there, you've got to understand that and play against it. And to me, they did the exact opposite by putting Chicago in the, and Chicago was just in the Winter Classic not that long ago. Right? And so was St. Louis. St. Louis was just in it. Well, you know what? Here's the problem with that. I disagree with that. I fight that so much. Right? The problem, everyone says, well, this year's Winter Classic, people didn't watch it, and it was a bad winter. It was a great Winter Classic. And the reason people didn't watch it is because you went up against the college football playoffs. And next year, you plan on doing the exact same thing. If you go up against the playoffs, the college playoffs, I don't care if it was Bedard versus Bedard versus McDavid versus Gordie Howe in his prime versus Ruckert Richard and Wayne Gretzky in their prime. No one would have watched the game. Because of when they went up. It should have been played. It should have been played on the 2nd or the 31st. The fact that it's on a weekend and it went up against the college football. I think it was during one of the games. Oh, that was bad there. Who was that? Hayes. Hayes just lazily played that puck. That was not smart. Hey, Anthony. Maybe not one of the playoff games, but one of the other Big Sixes was during the time of the Winter Classic. Yeah, but wasn't there there were other bowl games, big bowl games that were on at the same time. Well, okay, maybe I'm wrong. But when it was played, when they played it on the 2nd, when the Blues and Blackhawks played on the 2nd, and then when they played that game in Minnesota, that was played later at night, those games did very well. The games that have been on the 2nd have done well. Oh, Hofer's on today. I almost said Bennington, but it's Hofer. Hofer is on today. Buffalo's leading in shots 5-4. Oh, Torpachinko just missed. And the Blues are going on the power play. I think they're playing decent. I think they came out kind of hot, so. Flashing. At 8:20 in the morning, and I'm trying not to be lively. Wow, I got 9 likes on a morning game. Nathan Mayers, Anthony Stewart, Sandy Gardner, David Ace, Aaron Nels, Daniel Russo, Ashley Jones, Aaron Culture, and John Hefner. Thank you. Excuse me. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Means the fish fries start next Friday. I love this, like having a walrus in goal, but he's got huge holes. I can't see likes on YouTube. I don't see who put likes on YouTube. Never have been able to. Okay, but they played in Winter Classics before that. This will be their 5th Winter Classic coming up, right? Right. They're teams that have never played in an outdoor game or a Winter Classic. Yet the Blackhawks are playing in what, their 7th or 8th outdoor game or Winter Classic? Oh, they just missed the backdoor feed. Just missed the backdoor feed. Neighbors was stuck in there. See, that's my point there. Yep, sorry. Oh, Neighbors just missed. He had it too. He just missed. Good looking power play. I mean, it needs to capitalize, but good looking power play so far. Ah, there we go. Woohoo! Neighbors. 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 Woo! They kept the puck in. That's what was the big thing there, keeping that puck in. That had more to do with that play than anything else. Was when that puck was on, when after the faceoff, Buffalo almost got it out, and Blues kept it in, and that set that up. And Neighbors, Johnny on the spot. Good goal. Here's a team that's 20-2 when scoring first. Scoring first, the Blues are 22-0. Opponent scoring first for Buffalo, they're 6-21-3. We're 6-19-2. They're as good scoring first as we are. Oh, that's a... Yep. Sonny D with the delay of game. He knows it. Another power play for Buffalo. Now, here's one thing that for the Blues, they've got those 11 shorthanded goals. Buffalo's allowed 8. So this is a team that you can exploit on the power play. It's one of the few teams that we face that has a worse power play than ours. Sixteen teams that played in the Winter Classic. Chicago and Boston leading the way with 4. Okay, fair. Wayne, it's a good topic. Let's do that for an off night. I don't want to get it during the game. I think it's taken away from the game, bud. And I apologize to you. I don't mean to, I hope you're not offended or upset with me. I just want to focus on the game, bud. 10th in the league since Bannister took over. Yeah. And it has gotten better, that's for sure. I mean, it's up to 15%, and at one time it was down to 8. So, think how good you've got to be to go from 8% to 15%. Power play's over. Killed that power play. Buffalo's 0 for 2. I think they got a couple shots. Oh, that one's out. Oh, use it. Go. Come on. That puck out of there. So I'd put that to Hayes, but Hayes was... Why do you send it to a guy that's double teamed? I never understand the Blues. Too many passes are to guys double teamed. Passing to a guy double teamed is asking for the puck to go the other way. Yeah, it has been physical. I will agree with you there, David. Yes, Matt, it was a good kill. We got tomorrow another game at the same time. This one in Montreal. The Habitants. I wonder if they'll start Jake Allen. I could see that. Hofer's on today. Hofer is on. So far, I mean, he's got to keep it up. I needed Bennington to start. Hopefully Bennington has a really good game tomorrow. Minnesota's playing now. Or not Minnesota. Montreal's playing now against Dallas. Let me look at that game summary real quick. Who's their goaltender? So they got no, they don't even have Jake Allen on the roster unless he's like a third goalie. But they've got Montague and Primieux. Let me see something here real quick. Trying to see if Allen's hurt right now. He could be. Don't see anybody on the IR. Here we go. Yeah, they don't have Allen on the IR. They don't have Allen on the IR, so are they running 3 goalies? Or did they send? No, yeah, they're running 3 goalies. Yeah, okay. Thank you on that, Wayne. Oh, talk about a doubleheader in the first period coming up next. You know, it's too early. You talk about that in the late second, early third. I appreciate you, Wayne. You're a good fan. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you for watching the show, even though you're not a Blues fan. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you. Like I said, you're welcome anytime you want to come on and do a debate. You're more than welcome, man. Borrego's having a little trouble with the stick today, it seems. I love it too, man. I love it too. They made a really good point. They were talking about power, like having you're not firing the puck or that, and she made the point. You know, the Blues have scored 11 shorthanded goals. You gotta take that into account and make sure you're getting that puck in deep before you take that shot because it could be going the other way. And that's a really good point about when you're doing this, you've got to take stuff like that into account and that's off. Oh, Cousin's about to get his butt whipped. I think Walker would have went after him there. Woo. Mm. Walker, the Australian dynamite. Oh, Walker just pushed him right down. Yeah, good hit by Walker. I agree. We don't have one. Neighbors has been known to get in a scrap. Shin has been known to get in a scrap. Walker's been known to get in a scrap, but we don't have a tough guy per se. Yeah, it was the girl. I don't know who her name. I don't know her name. I'm being honest. Who talked about who really came back and said, well, you gotta respect the Blues. Oh wow, a wide open net. We got lucky there. They held off not shooting that one. That came out and said that you got to respect the Blues penalty kill unit there with all their shorthanded goals. Neighbors lost the edge, but he kept his stick on that puck. That's huge. Yeah, this is just not him. Parayko's just not. Now, good first period. Good, solid first period. Blues are 13-1-0 and leading after one. And when trailing after one, Buffalo trailing after one. Buffalo is 3-18-2. Woohoo! Oh, get it over there. Get it over here. Hey, Lance, man.
Yeah, Buffalo has had a lot. Their problem this season has been going down a goal or two. Yeah. They've been very good in the third period, but I like the way the Blues played, and that hit by Walker was just a clean hit. And that's one thing I hate about the NHL today, when guys don't know the difference between a clean hit and a bad hit, and they just go after the guy anytime somebody gets hit. And I just think that's stupid. Back in the 80s, if Walker would have hit him the way he did, play would have continued.
Oh yeah,
because
it wouldn't, because
I know, because the goal came off. Yeah, but if the goal hadn't come off, play would have continued, and nobody would have tried to fight somebody.
We're covering Hofer's rebound. Yeah, we're doing a good job at that, right? You said they've played good in the third. How's this for good in the third for Buffalo? They are plus. I'll ask you this: what is their plus number?
I don't know.
No, plus 21.
That's pretty dang good
in the third.
That's like I said,
huge.
Yeah, they're pretty.
That's huge.
That's why the Blues need to get a good lead and then keep pounding them and play the defense. I didn't like that giveaway by Rosen, and then the penalty. That was just a stupid penalty and a bad giveaway by him in the first period.
Yeah. So David Acey, I'm glad he's here. David likes this. So hey, David, in the second, Buffalo is a -1.
Yeah,
but the Blues, what are the Blues? I'll give you guys a chance. What are the Blues plus minus in the second? Good question here. All right. You said the Blues were 10th in the league in power play since Bannister took over.
Yep.
That's huge. I mean, they went from, at one point, they were down to 8%.
When Berube left, they were 8.6%, and Bannister brought them up to 24.4%, which is 10th in the league. So that's a 16%.
No, they're at 15. They're at 15.2%. They were 24% in that period.
Yeah, that's why I said since Bannister took them over, they're 10th in the league.
But they were 24% in the Bannister period. Yeah. But overall, they're 15%.
Yeah.
Right. +3, -2. Wayne says +12, +6. Oh, you guys are going to hate this. They're -11. Blues are -11. A couple of years ago, remember we set a record for second period? I think we were plus like 40 something, 41 or 42. I think we set a record for the largest goal differential in the second period.
It seems like one season to next, the Blues are either really good in the second or they're really bad in the second.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So they're going to have to really play this second pretty smart. Right. Holy cream cheese. Oh, Jason Nichols showed up. About time you show up, Jason. It's on ABC, bud. It's on ABC or ESPN Plus. Right? The game's on ABC. It's a nationally televised game. If you read my teasers, I say that. No, I thought the Blues played really well that period. They came off. We talked about them needing to come out with a good, strong first shift, and they did. Right? They came down. They were strong with the first shift. Overall, the Blues outshot the Buffalo Sabres 11-10. St. Louis had 17 attempts to 24 attempts for Buffalo. That seemed to be something that the Blues have allowed a lot of attempts, but they're blocking a lot of shots. And excuse me. I think I need to work my thing there. Need to wash my thing. Minus 12 overall. What do you mean? Our goal differential overall is still negative. Yeah, it's minus 12. Let me double check that number here real quick. 39. No, minus 14. Well, no, minus 12 because this is taking into account shootouts. So yeah, minus 12. I think we're minus 12. Right? I think we've only had one shootout loss. Yeah, that was the first game of the season. That was our only shootout loss. I think. Is that right?
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah. Let me see something here real quick.
If it's not their only shootout loss, I know they don't have more than 2.
I think it's our only shootout loss.
I think you're right. Well, I thought it was 1 or 2.
Shootout record this season, they are 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1. So yeah. So that one extra one is that shootout point. So it doesn't count actually. So it's really minus 12. So yeah. No, I think that they're keeping attempts to the outside and they're also blocking a lot of shots. I will give credit for that.
I'm happy with the way the guys are going to the net, and I'm also happy with the amount of shots. For a while there, Guy, how many games have we seen the Blues come out and after 11 minutes they got 4 shots?
Yeah.
It's nice to see them have the 11 shots, and I think they need to cut down a little bit on the shots by Buffalo because trust me, like you said, Guy, Buffalo is a very good third period team. And they're pretty decent in the second period, too. So the Blues are really going to have to keep playing the same way they've been playing. Don't change anything.
I agree.
Don't go into that Berube, shut down defense that cost you winning games. Yep. Keep putting pressure on Luukkonen, even though he's been great lately. Keep doing what you're doing.
That goal by Neighbors was really sweet.
Yeah,
and what happened, see, they didn't talk about it the right way. That goal wasn't set up by the faceoff win. It was set up by... I think it was Krug keeping the puck in.
Yeah, he kept the puck in
on the opposite side, and he got it over to Thomas. I think it was Thomas. Who got the assist on that? Thomas and Bushnevich. So he got it to Thomas, Bushnevich. Bushnevich shoots it down to Neighbors, and Neighbors puts it in, and I get a power play point. I needed that so bad. Me and my fantasy league. I actually had a chance to pick up Petro and Oliver Ekman-Larsson for 3 draft picks and a prospect, which I was willing to give up because I'm in a good spot. To having a solid defenseman like that, guys that can get points and hits, right, would have really helped me out. But I might be able to get one of the two. I got to talk to the guy that outbid me. Actually, I thought I offered better than what the other guy did, but so yeah, I'm actually in a good spot right now. I think I'm in a really good spot.
How are we still in 7th place? Well, we're still in 7th place because they were terrible when they played. They were 13-14.
No, he's talking about my fantasy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
But I'm in 7th overall, 7th out of 32 teams. Right, I'm 3rd in the division. I've got some really good teams, and there's some really good teams in my fantasy in the division. But yeah, I'm solidly in 7th. It would be really, really hard for me to pick up, and I know today, like this week, that I might lose some ground. That 8th might pick up some ground on me, unless I really have a strong day and get some If I can get a goal and an assist and another power play point, then maybe I'll be pushing over. But yeah, I'm in 7th overall, which is, when I started this league, I started it 3 years ago, so this is my third full season. I had the 5th worst team in the league. I got rid of all my draft picks, right? And the reason I did that is I looked at my team didn't have anybody, right? The guy before me. So I gave draft picks away to bring guys in. I brought Bennington in. I brought a couple other guys in. I had Thomas. I had Thomas. I had O'Reilly. I had a couple others, and I just made some trades with my draft picks and brought guys in. And then this year I started realizing a strategy of having some lowering guys that I would swap out through free agency, because we have unlimited free agency, which is, if we didn't have that, I wouldn't be in 7th. But we would swap them in. I'd swap them in and out. So when I'm playing these really good teams that have these good guys, but they're not playing that day, I can pick up points with these swapped in guys. They're going to get me, and I'm winning the lower categories, right? And that's what's helping me each week.
A lot of people make the mistake in fantasy sports by always going after the superstar. With the way I used to always do it with my NFL stuff, I would pick 1 or 2 superstars at either the quarterback or the wide receiver thing, and then I would get guys that were very consistent. Not superstars, but guys that were good to very consistent. And that's how I won leagues.
Yeah. No, he's asking if that's you in goal. Nope. I know who that is. David, you mentioned this guy on yesterday's show. The guy in that picture, you mentioned him on yesterday's show. Let's see if you can guess who it is.
Oh, he knows who it is. He's just teasing.
Oh,
I've got a couple pictures.
Oh, has he got a joking in there? No?
Yeah.
Well, I can't see what the little what that is. So
I've got a couple pictures of me playing goal.
Yeah.
But they're, from the 80s, they're really fuzzy. And I posted one. I posted one on Facebook and Twitter. Somebody's like, I can't even tell that's you. I said, well, let me tell you what happened. I got hit right in the jock strap, and it hurt. It hurt really bad. And I was leaned over on the ice facing forward for about 10 seconds. And, out of all the saves I made that day and all the good play, somebody snapped a picture with me laying on my body with my head down like this.
Of course they're going to get you at that moment, right? I think the Blues are playing. They're not taking, I'll say this, they are not taking Buffalo for granted. However, Buffalo is a very, very good second period team. You have got to come out. The way you came out in the first is how you have to come out in the second.
Yep.
You have to come out with that same speedy style of play. You have to keep using that. And Kairu's been good today.
He's had a good game.
Right? And Hofer may have found something.
Hofer, there's a couple rebounds I would have liked him to control better. But, man, he's made some very good saves, a couple against Tage Thompson. There was a really good save.
He misplayed that one puck pretty bad.
Yeah,
though.
He did. But, out of the 10 saves he's made, I would say 2 to 3 of them are very good saves.
Right. The one thing I like about Hofer over Bennington is Hofer is much better at, especially on the power play, when the puck gets cleared into the zone, he passes that puck right up. Even if they're changing, he will pass that puck right up. Right? He'll get it to a guy that's coming around, coming off and doing that. He's a big goaltender. Is there such a thing as too big of a goaltender?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want a goaltender 6'5" and 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Because he won't be able to move.
Remember, there was a period, and God, this is dating myself. There was a sumo wrestler who was from the state of Hawaii, right? Konishiki. Konishiki came over I think it was in LA or maybe San Diego, or he was here in the US on a tour, and they had him.
Yeah, I remember
in
that.
goal, in goalie pads and all that. Yeah. And the guy was almost 500 pounds.
Yeah, 485 pounds.
Right. Konishiki was huge.
Yeah.
I've stood next to Konishiki.
Yeah,
and I'm a pretty tall man. This guy was towered over me. He was huge.
Yeah.
And they put him in goal, and the guys, they scored out him because
you can't move.
Maneuverability. You have to be maneuverable.
Yeah.
And if there's like, you know, have you seen this commercial where this, I think it's a Geico commercial or whatever.
The walrus.
Huh? With the walrus in gold.
Yeah.
You ever notice the walrus has got some big holes?
Yeah,
top shelf. And
top shelf. Yep.
Up top shelf. And he's also got him like his 5 hole and down in the lower corner. NHL guys would be nailing that.
Yeah.
Nailing those.
The 3 guys that I know of in Hawaii were Akebono, Sachimano, and Kanishiki. Those were the 3 big sumo wrestlers. In fact, Israel.
You know there was a sumo wrestler from St. Louis?
Yeah, and Israel Kamakaviva Ole. He
no.
I'm talking about him as a song. He wrote a song about them.
Yeah. No. There was a sumo wrestler from St. Louis.
Yep, I know.
And I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. He was the first African American sumo wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or I should say he was half. He was American and Japanese. It was the 3 that I remember were Mashe Maru, Akebono, and Konishiki, and then there was another 1 or 2, but I can't remember their names. They came after Mashe Shimaru, but those guys kind of brought in some of the Mongolians and some of those other guys. Yeah, so I was over there during what's considered like the new golden era of sumo. So, man, you get all kinds of shit on this show. I even last night I was on Netflix. It's got that new special on NASCAR.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh wow!
I didn't see it. I saw the advertisement for it.
Right. How can you guys remember all that? You know what, David? I don't know how I remember all that. You know, I got a junk memory. It's why, you know what, David? On my ship, I wasn't allowed to play Trivial Pursuit. And then, like, if they really needed somebody to play, they had special benching rules, right? In order for me to get a wedge, I had to answer 2 questions on that wedge. And then in order for me to win, I had to answer a question from each of the other players. You know how you get to pick a card? They could pull out a card.
Make you answer.
Yeah. That was, didn't I say him?
I thought you did. Yokozuna?
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. No. Hold on. He was never a sumo wrestler. Right? That's the WWE wrestlers who that is. And no, he was actually never a sumo wrestler that I know of. At least in the highest levels, he's not. 1-0 Blues. 1-0 Blues.
Yeah, people
1-0 Blues.
People don't like playing Trivial Pursuit, especially when I get music stuff and sports and history. They just hate me. They really, really hate me because I'm a history buff and sports and music. Yeah,
there was stuff that I knew that, you know, guys like,
like people will ask me, you know, I was born in 1969, so I'll be 55 in August. Well, how do you know all these songs from the 50s and 60s? You weren't born yet. My mom and dad raised me on that music. That's how I know all that music.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's so funny. Back when we were growing up, the oldie stations, the golden oldies. Yep. Right. Yep. The golden old, they were playing a lot of the 50s, 60s music. Yep. And not only that, like I grew up, and this is, David might remember this, right? Hockey for 2000, Alex. Oh, I love when he does the hockey because people don't know it. Nobody knows mad. It. Nobody knows. He would get mad. Like somebody didn't know Wayne Gretzky. He was pissed.
Yeah, I knew that, John.
A cool fact there, bud.
I knew that, John.
Yeah. I listened to, now this is gonna, so when I grew up, there were 4 big radio stations in St. Louis, not counting KMOX AM, right? They were KSHE, they were KMOX FM, which became KHTR, right? And then there was
do you remember Clue 103 and KWK?
I remember Clue 103.
KWK was the other big one. KWK and KSHE were the big competitors.
No, I'm missing one. There was I want to say a black radio station, but a soul station that was like on 107.9 or, you know, towards the end of the dial. And then there was another station that competed with KHTR, and I can't remember.
I thought it was Clue.
That was.
KLOU 103.3.
I don't think it was KLOU. It was a different one. It wasn't KLOU. KLOU was adult contemporary.
Yeah.
It wasn't really pop.
No, yeah.
Magic 108.
Magic 108.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
it.
That was the soul station. There was another station that a lot of people listened to because a girlfriend I had one time called them when I was at work because we couldn't see each other for Valentine's Day and read me a little poem. Yep, puck drop. Ooh, Buffalo's going right at it with their second period. We know how to play second period.
All right, I'm going to let you go and go watch it on my big
screen.
Bud. All right, bye.
See you at the intermission. Ah, damn it. Yeah, there we go. Well, we're not getting it. A puss goal. Yeah, that hurts. All right, now you got to get it back. Kessel might have scored his first NHL goal the backwards way. Sorry, Wayne. (1-1) and an offside or icing. There's one thing I seen a thing on TikTok, and it was like, you know, things I wish the NHL would institute because I've seen them do this in Europe. And one of the things they do in Europe, or in one of the leagues, is when there's an icing or an offside, they'll put that rule, or, you know, if there's a penalty, they'll put that rule up on the scoreboard for new players. Oh, that's offsides. They went back. That was delayed offside. Oh, I thought it was straight up offsides. But it's not going to matter now. That one I liked. He said in one area they would throw, at the end of the game, they would throw things out on the ice for the players. I didn't like that one. There was one other one that he liked and that he had, and I couldn't remember what it was. Oh, to have like in Europe, they do like they do in soccer, where you have the super cheer sections, like doing that, and that I don't. I like that, but I don't like it. I don't think that that's going to happen. Hey, Suckalicious, how's it going there at the tournament, bud? At the Gateway Classic. Oh, nice. Krug. Hofer gave up another one of them juicy-ass rebounds. Gotta get these passes back down. Gotta settle this down and get a goal. You'll play better, Chris. Great save by Hofer. I mean, he left a big rebound, but Krug right there. Oh, wow, that was close. Wow, another big rebound. Somewhat. They're darker. They're a lot darker. Our uniforms are a lot lighter blue. They're more of a baby blue. Theirs are kind of a slight. Well, show everybody my show and have them watch my show too. Get me up. I'm at 11. Help me have a big number. Tell all the Warriors about my show. Love to get more Warriors watching the show. I really would. Oh, another good shot by Parayko. Bomb it, Parayko. Oh, yeah. Kairu. Parayko, Bushnevich, Kairu. Ooh, 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 ooh. There you go, Kairu. Johnny on the spot. Nice play, Kairu. Kairu, 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 Kairu. Oh, I don't know if Bushnevich even touched that. No, he didn't. Bushnevich didn't touch that. I don't think Bushnevich gets that. I think that's going to be Letty Parayko crew. Kairu. They've got it listed as unassisted right now, but I know it wasn't, so. Yeah. Great goal by Kairu. I'll have to wait to see. I think that's going to be, who's 43? Is that Tucker? Oh, Rosen. I think that's going to be Rosen, Parayko, Kairu. I don't think. Another great stop by Hofer. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, they haven't put it up yet. Other than the rebounds, the rebounds I'm concerned about, but as he's seeing the puck very, very well. First time they played in the month of February. Oh, that should have been a penalty there. Oh, neighbors lost a chin with Shen coming right down too. Wow, if he holds that, that's an absolute goal. Oh, nice. Somebody got in there. That's absolutely. I mean, losing a skate blade. Wow. I mean, that's blowing a tire there. Good defense there. Oh, nice sod. Very good defense there by Sod. Yes, I said that. High and wide, high and wide. Thompson fired that shot high and wide. High and wide, high and wide. Thompson fired that shot high and wide. And wide, and wide. Thompson fired that shot and wide. Oh, absolutely. They are testing the Blues, and I do that. Oh no. Oh no, not another one of these. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Got spammed on YouTube. 12 guys watching me. Wow, how the hell did I get this lucky? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You still there, Shake? Shakalicious. Oh man, that looks good. I might have to get me some Taco Bell today. Might have to run to get me, make them run for the border. That ain't gonna happen. Been a very good game. Yes, it has been. Right. Yeah, it has been a really good game, and the Blues have played at this moment. Oh, I called it. I called it. Give Guy some credit. So Kairu's goal was assisted by Pareko and Rosen. Give Guy some credit. I called that right away. Woohoo! Not as dumb as I look. All right. Blues are 1 for 2 on the power play. Or no, they're 1 for 1 on the power play. Pardon me. And Buffalo is 0 for 2. Looks like the Blues are going back to the box. Oh, Shinny for slashing. Yeah, it is, and Hawaii's the states, bud. I love that we call it. That's the mainland. Mama Mary, ain't right, no dumb one. Aaron says you sure they call it. Thank you, Aaron. Um, thank you, E. I appreciate that. Talked about. Oh, Hofer. Wow, look at that. That I love about him. That I love about him. Nice power penalty kill so far. I mean, Buffalo's got nothing going. Buffalo's power play looks like the Blues' old power play. It'd be nice. I think part of the reason that their power play is so off is the fact that they're respecting the Blues penalty killers so much. Yeah, see, they're trying not to have a shot, and they're keeping guys back. Look at that. See, they're absolutely. Oh, great save by Hofer, but he dove. Oh, another good save. And the Blues clear it. That's why the way that he plays that puck is how he's going to get a goalie goal, and he will get a goalie goal for the Blues within the next 2 years. We've never had one scored for us or against us. He's going to get one. I almost guarantee he's going to get one. Good kill for the Blues. Good kill. Oh, what a save. What a save. Oh, but you're still in the minute. They're doing it again. 0-3 Buffalo. Yep. 0 for 3. Wow, I can't believe that the Blues have 3 penalties. Boy, I got that wrong. The Blues on the app, they have that new like prediction thing. Pick 'em contest. I started that. I get no credit for it, but what the fuck? I used to do a really good pick 'em contest here, but not having my website anymore, it makes it just too hard to do it. But we may be able to start that. If something falls into place, I may talk to somebody about restarting that. Right? Nice little shot by Rosen there. Oh, Rosen, you pulled back too soon. Oh, Rosen, you should have came up on that puck. Oh, Bushnevich, good shot there. Oh, nice play, Kairu. See? That's the stuff that wasn't happening before, and the puck got to play. 2-1 Blues. He's going to have to really. Alex Ovechkin's going to have to really find his game if he's going to break Gretzky. And right now, I don't think he is. Right, the way he's had trouble this year. I mean, he's on a 3-game goal scoring streak, but just the way he's had trouble, I don't see it. I could be wrong, and I'm wrong a lot, but I don't see it. What do we got here? I'm trying to just catch up on my thing. Okay, I'm catching up on things, trying to figure it out. We're getting there. You guys having fun with me today? You agree with me on what, bud? What did I say that you agree with me with? I say a lot of shit. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, E. Very, very well played game tonight. Oh, Thomas, if Thomas gets a shot off, that's a goal. Oh, Thomas gets a shot off, that's a goal. No rebound that time. Gotta aim for the pads, man. Well, the thing is, the way goalies go down a lot, if you notice his angle, if the puck hits that pad, it's going away from the net towards the boards. So they go a little bit higher to kind of get it, hit him, and bounce straight up. But in some cases, you can get him with a flat pad. That's where you want it, man. Where it catches that pad and it's just right there in front of the net. Cage is a big, big kid. He's still the guy in that O'Reilly trade that I was not happy. He was the one part of that trade I wasn't happy with. And I say that knowing that he would have never gotten the time he needed to develop in St. Louis. But we knew he could develop. Right? You knew he could develop, and that's the thing. Just under 7 minutes to go. Blues still up 2-1. Shots at the moment are 20-14 in favor of Buffalo. Buffalo Blues only taking 3 shots this period. So that's an issue. Blues getting a penalty. Oh, 4th penalty for the Blues. They only average 6 minutes a game. So for this to be the 8th minute, not good. Not good. Oh no, St. Louis is on the power play. My bad. I looked at that wrong. Uh-oh. Oh man, good play. Man, I got messed up. I got turned around. Second power play for St. Louis. Oh, but Thomas to nobody. I don't think so. I like them in there, Lance. Oh, Thomas, you should have fired that. Oh. Need some shots, guys. And Hayes gives it up. Wow, this power play went from great to bad. Bad power play. Bad power play. Bad power play. You're a bad power play. And I don't think Buffalo did anything that was so great. I normally give credit, but I didn't think Buffalo did anything that was that great on that penalty kill. Refs are letting them play. They're getting it deep, but they ain't getting a shot. This is a bad second period, man. I'm sorry. I know they got a goal. They're even in goals, but when you're getting outshot 13-3, trying to look at my predictions here. I forget what they were. I think I got one right so far. Yeah, something not letting me see my results. I don't know. It's kind of messed up, I guess. Oh, well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, it was, but you got to get shots. I mean, just keeping in the zone doesn't do anything good. Not bad. Need some goals and points. I'd like to see Thomas get another point, goal or an assist, either way. Like it to be on a special teams, but I'll take it wherever I can get it. But I am right now tied for the week 8, 8, and 10. When Bennington plays tomorrow, I will probably end up winning all the goalie. I should. I mean, he can give up 3 goals, and I should be okay. So, but I need him to have 33 saves. That's the only thing. I need him to have 33 saves tomorrow. 34 saves, which could happen. Oh, Sister JJ. Oh, thank you, Sister JJ. We appreciate you, bud. Oh, we got a goal on me. Who did he get a goal from? Marchessault. Or no, Hubbard. Tuberdoo. I need a goal then. Yeah. But it's Montreal. I don't know if Montreal's figured out how to take shots. 152 to go in the period. Lost a few people, but we're at 9. We got 13 likes. Matt Park, Chuck Marks, Lance Scott, Iguino, Nathan Mayers, Anthony Stewart, Sandy Gardner, David Athey, Dan Russo, Ashley Jones, Anthony Stewart. Nope, I said Anthony. Aaron Culture, Don Hefner, Aaron Nels. Thank you. If we have, I'll see if we have a opening, right? Because mine is a keeper league, right? Mine's a keeper league, and we have all 32 teams. If a team opens up, Wayne, I will let you know. A 32 team league is very difficult, especially if you're coming in, because I mean you gotta you gotta rebuild your team. Oh wow, that was close. Left in the second, we have 103. Minute left in the second. The game is on ABC, if you're wondering. Oh, Sod. That could have been a better shot. That was a weak shot. Nice. Get a shot, but that was kind of a weak shot. Sod could have done a couple of different things with that instead of making that weak ass shot. That was a weak ass shot by Sod.
Yeah, it was.
Right. They're still only showing us at 3 shots, man.
I thought they've got more than that.
Well, unless I don't see what the shot totals are. Sometimes my thing doesn't update, but I've only got us at 3 shots. I've got nope, they just added that. So shots are 23 to 15.
Did you are you in the same opinion I am that ABC and ESPN Plus when they show hockey games, they have terrible announcers?
I disagree. I don't have a problem with the announcers on this one.
I do.
Right.
I mean, are they the worst? No, I'll give them that. I'd say they're average. So I guess if you look at it that way compared to some of the other teams they have, yeah, they're probably better than some of the other duos they have.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maryland listener, for giving me an angry face.
Yeah. Thanks, Maryland. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm starting to see you wearing the neck and wrist guards around the league.
Yep.
Yeah, you will see that.
I will say this. I understand why somebody would do it. I fully understand that. I don't think the league should mandate it. I think that they should recommend it and leave it up to the players.
Yeah.
Or do a grandfather thing. If you've been in the league more than 5 years, you don't have to, kind of like they did with the helmets in the early to mid 80s. I don't have a problem with it, but if I was playing, I would not wear one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well, goalies wear one similar anyways.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit different, but yeah.
I would actually like to see players go to something more like that.
I never wore a neck protector. It went around a little bit like this, but all I had was the dangling protector like they had in the 80s and 90s. I had that until the mask came up, till the mask kind of went down further.
Yeah.
Because the way the masks are now, you've got some protection in here, but Bennington, you look at Bennington, his mask goes almost all the way down to his chest protector.
Well, you know who's credited with today's mask? It's actually it's somebody with St. Louis connections is credited with creating the way the mask is today.
I don't remember.
Does anybody know? And it's the masks today are fairly recent, like within the last 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, within the last 10 to 15 years, they made huge strides on them. Like I used to have an SK series goalie mask.
Yeah.
And you know what those? Okay, I paid like 185 for it, 135.
Yeah.
You know what they go for used now? 300 to 3. Those masks I used to have 300 to 1,500.
Wow. So if you go back, if you think about, and I'll wait till Lance gets back.
Like this is the mask I wore last.
Yeah. Right now, that's the style has changed. There's a different style now. That's changed from that mask.
Yeah, because
and it has a St. Louis connection.
Because what they call it is a cat's eye, the rounders things here where the goalie can see better. Yeah, I would have loved to have a mask like that.
Yeah, but they started making a change to that helmet, and it's based on something from a St. Louis person.
Tell us. We're all on the edge of our seats.
They're based off of Yadier Molina's catcher's mask, the newer mask, the way they're cratered, layered down. Mm-hmm. That's because one goalie, I forget who it was watching the baseball games and saw when a ball would hit Molina's mask that it would kind of drop. It wouldn't like the old style mask. Those pucks would hit it and they'd fall straight down in the crease. But with Molina's, the ball would kind of like deaden as it would fall away, so you could react to it. So he said, well, if it does that for the ball, would it do it for a puck? So he took a catcher's mask and had guys firing him, and noticed that the pucks would do the same thing with a catcher's mask, that when it hit, it deadened the hit. And instead of the puck taking off or falling down real quick,
just drop.
It deadened it. Yeah. So it slowed the drop, so you were able to react to it. So the masks now are based off of Yadier Molina's catcher's mask that everyone uses now. And Yadier Molina was the first one to use that style of mask. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I do remember that being come out about 10 years ago, that something along that line. And that's when these masks started changing more to that style.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm talking about? Because the catcher's mask, it's layered.
Yeah, I understand. If you look at a goalie's mask, it's very similar to the catcher's mask that they wear today.
It's very, very similar now.
Few differences, but it's very, very similar.
And one of the things that a lot of goalies wear is that strap with the plastic piece that kind of floats free. So if they get hit, when they go down, whatever they do, that's free. And so if a puck hits it, it kind of goes up, but it deadens it. Right? It's not like it's there and it's hitting them straight on. It kind of slows it down a little bit.
Still hurts like hell.
Oh, I'm sure it does. But I'd like to see the players have something off their helmet if they could make it that was similar instead of what they have now. That might bug them a lot at first, but I think once you got used to it, the safety factor, and not only that, just when you have something, here's my problem, right? If something happens to me in this area, you're going to see it right away, right? If something happens to me now in this area, you're not going to see it, right? And that's the difference there. That's my concern. I get that there's something hard there, but that thing doesn't, how do you know it's always going to work, right? The thing about this is you see it instantly, and it can be treated instantly, right? So that's my difference. That's my thing there. Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know. Right? No, it's you're not going to do that, David. But you do have to go. NHL skates went from being pieces of metal to being razor blades, right? I have my skates, and my skates are a thick piece of metal, right? I mean, even if I got them sharpened, they're not razor blades. They're never going to be razor blades. What these guys use now are razor blades. I'm
going to tell you, when I wasn't playing goalie, I was a right winger, and I've been cut on my hand several times because my glove fell off or something, and skate go over it. They're sharp. The old ones are sharp. Trust me. I had a big cut about that big on my hand, and it didn't heal till probably like 10, 15 years ago. You can't see it anymore.
No, I get it, but I have a pair of skates. Like I have. Are
they Bauer's CCMs?
I don't know. They're not in here where I can show you real quick. But the skates that I have, they're not a replaceable blade. Right?
Oh, okay.
It's a solid blade. So it's a pretty good thick piece of metal. Mm-hmm. I have Nathan Walker's, and they don't have the blade in them. Yeah, right? But when you look at that blade, it is actually a razor blade.
It's pretty sharp.
Right? That goes in and it clicks in. Right? They can just click them in, take them out, take them in. They're supposed to click in, but they will come out at times, depending on how they're hit. So, yeah, but I remember hearing that thing about the goaltender's mask, how it was changing to that catcher style, and I know it wasn't a St. Louis goalie, but the goalie had, the guy had said, I was watching Cardinals baseball game, and Yadier Molina, who was the best catcher, he like passed balls. He was the best. He had the least amount of pass balls by far of any of the players. And the guy noticed that when the ball would hit Molina's helmet, it didn't ricochet in all these directions. That would have been a pass ball. Instead, it was dropping.
Yeah,
it was deadening and dropping.
Yeah, in my mind, and I've seen a lot of catchers. I saw Johnny Bench when I was a kid. There's Yogi Berra. There's other great catchers. But I'm going to tell you right now, the best defensive catcher I have ever seen, and including my dad, who's 80 years old, and he saw Yogi Berra and all the catchers throughout. Steve Yeager and Ben Piazza and all those guys. Yadier Molina is the best defensive catcher ever, and I'll argue that to the death.
I'll
and
agree with you.
He improved on his hitting after 5 or 6 years in the league. He was a terrible hitter at first.
Yeah.
And then Pujols helped him. Pujols really helped him.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that you didn't. That's why he hit in the A spot. He wasn't.
Yeah, you didn't fear him. You didn't fear him. No.
If he got a hit, that was a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Then he started getting much better until he slowed down. But
yep, I remember
the time when the ball stuck in Yadi's chest protector.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was stuff about that, thinking that Yadi had rigged his chest protector so that if a ball hit it, it would stick, right? It would. But I mean, they found out that he just had a cut in it, right? Oh yeah, he'll go to the Hall. He'll be a first ballot.
Yeah, I've got people saying he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He's a first ballot.
He's got 10 freaking Gold Gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was a catcher when I played baseball, catcher in right field. I would just depended on the game. And I'm going to tell you, in that sitting position with one knee down and one knee up and throw somebody out at third or first, that's incredible.
What gets me with him is when he would call it out.
Yeah, I remember that he'd point at the guy and go, "Okay, yeah, you go ahead and try it. Go ahead."
Well, no, that wasn't. It was that. There was another during a playoff game or the World Series. The guy's taking his lead. Molina in the signs calls the sign that he, pats over
pitch out.
that he's going to throw there.
Yeah.
So the first baseman knows it. So he calls it, silently calls it, and just nails the guy at first.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was, I mean, just big ol' eyed wide. I think he had one of the best or near best throwout percentages in MLB history.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Him and the only thing that would keep him off the first ballot is Pujols. His buddy is the only thing that I think could keep him off the first ballot.
Well, I think he's in. Anybody that doesn't vote for him, they're idiots.
Well, the thing is that very rarely do they like putting teammates in together.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Right, very rarely. But the thing that may help is that Pujols spent so much time in Anaheim. If Pujols doesn't go to Anaheim, the Cardinals win 2 more World Series, and Pujols holds the record for home runs.
I think he does. Yep.
Right.
I think he does. Yep. Yeah, David. There was he lived over in Illinois for a while over here, and you would think making millions and millions of dollars, Yachty would have $1 million house. He sold his house over here in Illinois between Fairview Heights and O'Fallon area. I think that's where it was. He sold it, and I saw pictures of it online when he was getting ready to sell it on Zillow or one of them other sites. Yeah. It was a $280,000 house.
Yeah,
for a guy that makes millions, and he was very simple. Would send a lot of money back to his to Puerto Rico. He would send a lot of money to his family. He was a very grounded athlete.
Yeah. So, in the third, Buffalo, they know how to score. They are plus 21. Mm-hmm. Blues are even, 45 and 45 in the third. When it comes to shots, Blues give up more shots in the third than they take, and Buffalo takes more shots in the third than they give up. That period was not a good period when it comes to shots for the Blues. They only had 4. That is an issue that really needs to be worked on. They're in that damn defensive posture, right? They're absolutely in that defensive posture, and you got to get out of it, right? You got to get out of it very quickly. You gave up 14. You got outshot 14-4.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's 3-1.
You don't want to ever allow 14, 15 shots in a period, because if you equal that out over 3 periods and you play that way, you're giving up 45 shots on goal.
Oh yeah.
And you just can't do that. And I would be willing to bet you I can't find the ice time or the zone time.
Yeah.
Buffalo was in the zone, in their offensive zone, at least 70%, 65 to 70% of the time.
In the Blues offensive zone?
Yep.
5-on-5, period. Yeah, maybe. Blues did get some good offensive zone time down towards the end.
They got a few, They got a few times.
But that power play, that second power play was atrocious.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And I didn't. And now, normally I give credit to the other team, but this time I can't.
No, they weren't passing the puck well. And I love Robert Thomas, But dang it, Robert, stop taking the puck around the boards and do that twist around like you do.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good second period at all.
I'm wondering what I should offer for Jake Neighbors. I don't know if I could pry him away. The guy that got OEL and
Yep.
Petro.
Yep.
He had first of all he had to drop a couple guys, but he's got a pretty solid lineup, and I need to see who I need to look. I need to take some looks, see who he drops, see if he drops somebody I might want to pick up. I don't think Dakota Johnson would help me out.
No.
Logan O'Connor. Let me do something here real quick. He's got Barbashev, but I don't think I can get Barbashev from him. He's got Eriksson. Maybe I could pry him out of him. He's heavy in defenseman, so I don't think I want to. If I can't pry a defenseman, I need to pry a forward. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know Eichel was out again for his knee. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'll have to take some looks later. For the third, I think the Blues are going to have to play much better. They're going to have to play like they did in the first, right? You can't completely take the second and say that's all on the Blues' bad play and not on Buffalo. I think it was Buffalo came out hot, and we even talked about Buffalo being a good team in the second, right? Mm-hmm. What did they say? They were plus what in the second? Well, we were minus in the second. We ended up even in that period. Mm-hmm. But Buffalo was +1 coming in. So, and St. Louis, Buffalo was -1. St. Louis was -11. And we ended up even. So, I mean, they could have taken advantage of Buffalo, but we've been bad in that period. But in the third, you've got to be the better team, and you've got to take more shots. You have got to control that puck. You've got to take the shots. You've got to get it down there. You got to get it on a cycle, and you got to want this game. And that's the difference. When you see a 1-0 or 2-1 game like this, to me, what it comes down to is who wants it more in the end, right? And that's what I think. It's just going to come down to. And the Blues, they just showed that Walker goal. If the player isn't right there, Buffalo's player isn't right there, that hits the post. The way it was going, it hits the post and goes in because it went right across the line, and you can see him scoop back because it was heading. It had some. It had more of a. It's going to hit the post, but I think when it hit the post, it would have gone in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Blues did not have a good power play there at all. No. Right? And hopefully in the third they do much better. I don't know why Maryland gave me a angry face, but she did. Thank you, Maryland. Where are we at here? Oh, yeah, this Kaepernick one, the little thing between Darlene and Kaepernick, that could boil over. Yeah, because if you look at their helmets now, you can see that they're tiered down, right? And like yours is very smooth, very rounded, and the new ones are kind of tiered down.
Tiered, yeah.
And that's to deaden the puck when it hits it instead of it like shooting over, and shooting way out too. That was the other thing, giving up them big rebounds. I remember the old mask, the round Like they didn't even go cover your head.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
big old piece of padding right here. That's it.
I had a mask that was made after Grant Fuhr's, and then I had
I'm talking catcher's mask, the old catcher's mask, the big old. Yeah.
It was totally different. It only covered. It was there was a big rubber piece, like a big rubber piece up here, and it had one on the back, and there's a rubber piece underneath, and half of your head was not protected.
Yeah.
Why am I not showing? I'm not seeing.
Game's back on.
All right, I'll get back with you after the period.
Okay.
All right.
See you, bud. Just me now, guys. 2-1 Blues, 19:09 to go in the third. Oh, I thought that might be a trip, but oh man, you can't play that weak down in the neutral zone. Somebody's got a broken stick. They're in that defensive posture, and that's scaring me. It feels like they're in a defensive posture. Yeah, see, they're in a defensive posture, so Buffalo's just doing what they want. This is how they're going to score. Again, defensive posture. Come on, neighbors. Yeah, man, they're taking the shots now. Blues have got to clamp down here. Cannot go into this defensive posture. It's going to kill you. Ah. Yeah, you got to be aggressive. I mean, I feel like that's when the Blues are aggressive is when they're a good team. There you go. I like that, Hayes. Good. See, that's protecting the puck. Oh, there we go. That's aggression. There we go. Oh, nice shot. There we go. That's what we need. There it is. There's that aggression. Get that cycle going. Oh, Tucker, you got wide-eyed. Oh, Tux. Or Kessel. That was Kessel. Sorry. Or Rosen. Might be Rosen. 51. I got to. No, that was Kessel. 51's Kessel. Oh, Cairo, good shot. Yes, they are, bud. Oh, big save on Saad. Saad gets that up in the air. That's a goal. Anybody remember what Chelios? Remember Chris Chelios? Who out there remembers Chris Chelios? And not a lot of people watch. Maybe I'll wait to bring this up in the when we talk about ice time. I'll bring it up in the. There's something he wanted to do. He never got to do it, but there was something that he always wanted to do. And we'll talk about it when we're at the post game. Need this win. Johnson and Johnson. Start calling him baby oil. On baby oil. He played for the Hawks, but there's something he also played for Detroit. He got his cup with Detroit. I don't think he got a cup with the Hawks. $13.38. Shots are 6-2 in favor of the Blues. 25-21 overall. Ooh, keep it up. Yeah, see, that's what you need to do. That's the aggression. When you're ahead, you need to be aggressive. And Montreal, I think, wasn't he drafted by Montreal and then traded to Chicago? And then he ended up signing with Detroit? I think that's how it went. I don't completely remember. No, see, Gary, no, we don't. You go into a triangle shell, you're going to get beat. You have to be aggressive and keep the puck in their offensive zone, not in your defensive zone. You got to get the puck in the offensive zone. Thank you. What there's enough. What Chelios wanted to do was play an entire game, have 60 minutes of ice time. And he did try a couple of times where he'd get 8 or 9 minutes into a game and then have to come out. He used to think with all the stoppages that he could continue playing, but then there would, be periods where they'd go, 5, 6, 7 minutes without a stoppage, and he just couldn't do it. But he did. He wanted to play an entire hockey game. Right? Stadium series coming up next weekend. Saturday and Sunday. That's kind of interesting, neat the way they're doing it. I like that, having the 4 teams, the three New York teams all playing in the Stadium series. I like that. Yeah, that's when you're in their position, you can't do that. I'm listening to the announcers here talk about Buffalo, but I don't know, like Bushnevich's game. Okay, he did get a cup in Montreal. Okay, I wasn't sure. So he must have been on that 92 team. Uh-oh. Oh, good defense. Good, solid defense there. Now 2-on-1 the other way. Oh, Hayes, you should have passed that into Sod. Oh, they're playing. They're playing. 93, my bad. 92, 93. Oh, Captain got blocked there. Oh, they're holding the puck in. Wow, this is exactly how you win a game like this. This is what you need to do. You're down there in their defensive zone, in your offensive zone, getting the puck around. Okay. 86 with Montreal. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I thought he was later. I wasn't sure though. Thank you, Wayne. So many times. So many times. Right? By playing this offense, you prevent, by keeping the puck in your offensive zone, you prevent the other team from taking shots. And it's simple. Right? And yeah, I've said that many, many times, Wayne. I talked about it last year. Last year, everyone talking about the defense being so bad. And I said, no, it wasn't the defense. It was the fact that offensively, we never kept the puck down there. We didn't do the things offensively to help the defense. Oh, Kyrou hit the iron. Could have changed this game. But that's what you need to do right now. Buffalo's trailing and they cannot get anything going. Right? Buffalo looks like us at the beginning of the season. But this is smart hockey. This is smart hockey, not playing a prevent defense. Playing more of a prevent offense. You prevent them from taking shots by using your offense. Start calling it a prevent offense. if used right. Right? All this stuff, all this fighting for the boards, fighting for the puck, these 50-50 pucks right now. That's time clicking off the clock. Right? And that's what's important. You do this. Taking time off the clock. I'd like to see him get another goal, but I don't mind what they're doing right now. Oh, that was a bad pass. I mean, you're out shooting them 8-3 right now. If you can keep that up. That's a second post. Looking gets a little thank you to the post there. Oh, wow. Kyrou really dinged that post. He might have put a dent in it. He hit it so hard. You're out shooting them right now. Blues are out shooting in the period 8-3. Buffalo's out shooting St. Louis for the game 26-3 or 26-23. Buffalo has 2 penalties and are 0 for 3 on the power play. St. Louis has 3 penalties and 0 for 2 or 1 for 2 on the power play. St. Louis's penalties were simple. Tripping on Rosen, Sundqvist for a delay of the game over the glass, Shen for a slashing, Johnson had a slashing, and Gergensen had a hooking for Buffalo. St. Louis's goal got their first goal at the 12:53 mark of the first period. It was a power play goal. Neighbors from Bushnavid and Thomas, really nice setup goal. In the second at 0:51, Pesco gets basically it's an own goal, but he's the last guy that touched it, gets an unassisted goal. And then Kyrou at the 4:32 mark, 3.5 minutes later, from Pareko and Rosen. That's one that Bushnavid, though he doesn't get an assist, he should. He let that puck go, and letting that puck go gets it right on Kyrou's stick. So Oilers best odds to win the cup right now. That's kind of surprising to me a little bit because they're still. I mean, they're winning. They were winning, but oh, that was another possible mishandle by Hofer there. This is why you need to score. Hofer holds it on, and we're getting chippy. Chippy. Hi, Gloria. How are you? Welcome to the game. Scores 2-1 Blues with 8:04 to go in the third. Blues are out shooting the Sabres 8-4 or 8-5 in this period. They just got a couple of shots. Sabres overall are winning the shot battle 28-23. Hofer's in net for the Blues. Goal scorers for the Blues have been Neighbors and Kyrou and a Pesco for Buffalo. That's a quick roundup. Game's getting chippy. 8 minutes to go. Blues really need that insurance goal. Well, he's had two bad ones. The one just now, and then the one earlier in the game. But he's been decent with it. But he's had a couple of bad ones. Oh, good save by Hofer there. Got the pads angled so it shot out to the side there. Kyrou got nobody to pass to, but look at him fight for the puck. All you guys that sit there and talk about him not fighting for that puck. Look at that, what he just did there. Oh, Kyrou hit another post. He kept he kept trying. Yeah, he did that on purpose. Look at him. He purposely pulls that net off the mooring. Yeah. Oh, Rosen, bad pass. Oh, I didn't even realize we were 4-4. How dumb I am. Oh, Kessels and Petra for roughing. Yeah, I thought he did too, and that's actually a penalty now. That could have been called. That's one if you can go back and look, right? If you have a ref, the video ref that I want, that's a penalty. And we're 4-on-3. Hofer put the glove down there. Excuse me. Woo. I woke up about 5 this morning. Actually, a little earlier than that. So. Keep sticks in the lanes. Oh, nice deep puck, Pareko. Keep playing that prevent offense. Don't go into a prevent defense. Prevent offense. Five aside, so the 4-on-4 is gone. 5:55 to go. Got it. Yeah, I mean you're out shooting them so far. Actually, no, it's evened up, 8-8. Oh, nice neighbors. Keep fighting that, neighbors. That should be an icing. Yep. Woo! Wow, the Blues have a .750 winning percentage in one goal game. I didn't realize that. It's actually pretty good. .520 to go with another icing. Yeah, that's right. Both goaltenders. I mean, that's why I gave Bennington an A for the first half, and I did give Hofer a C plus, B minus, um, but he's getting better. He's getting better. You're seeing it tonight. He's starting to outplay his numbers. Right up to today, I've always said he is what his numbers are, but it looks like he's starting to outplay his numbers. Bennington has outplayed his numbers fantastically. Right? The eye test tells me Bennington's outplayed his numbers. There we go. Come on. Hey, he's off the post. Oh, nice one-timer, too. And Thompson right into Hofer's glove. Wow. I need points. Got this. We get to do this all over again tomorrow. 8 a.m. my time, noon your time. The St. Louis Blues are in Montreal to take on the Hobotons. Little French action. Come on, guys. Talk. Talk, 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 to talk, talk, to talk, 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 talk. Hey, Russ Tinlin. How you doing, buddy? 13. Watching. We're getting numbers. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Ooh-ah, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Dun 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 dun. I don't know, man. Somebody today in my fantasy league said that they Kadri could be had, and I said, well, I'd offer a bag of rotten trash, but I think I'd be overpaying. I said it with a laughing, but I meant it. I don't know if anybody responded to that one. I thought that was a pretty good one. I did. I thought it was. I mean, maybe it was a little cold and cruel, but I don't know if anybody responded to that. Oh, we'll tell him you said that. Somebody said we'll tell him you said that. Yeah, I said I would I'd offer a rotting pile of trash, but I think I would be overpaying, and then I put a bunch of happy faces. Powers fires one. Not sure if he missed or hit a glove. Oh, shot blocked in front. Come on. Oh, Greenway took it in the mouth. Yeah, Greenway's cut. Oh, yeah, but that's not, you can't call that a high stick. Oh, you can't call that high stick. Wow. He's been over though. I don't know how that is a high cut, high stick. Oh, no, that's not over his waist. No, that's at his waist. That's not a high stick. Oh, that doesn't, you can see it there. It doesn't go over his waist. That should get rescinded. It probably won't, but it should be. Yeah, it's below his waist. I'm sorry, that's below his waist. Oh, no, they're not calling it. No call. Yeah, I think it's no call too. The way that they're continually talking about it. Yeah. There we go. I thought so. That's a good call. I'm sorry. It's a very good call. Yeah. There we go. It's a very good call. I mean, I think they did that right. Called it and go look at it. Right? That from the get go, that didn't look like a high stick. .320 to go. They should be pulling the goal. Well, I'd say about the 130 mark is when they pull the goalie, unless the Blues score. Email. Look, Greenway got hit in the face with a stick, but that's not a high stick in my. I mean, he's bent over, and they say for bent over player above your waist, and he's right at waist level. He doesn't like he's not up in this area here. I don't know about just smart play. I think you need to go to that prevent offense, not the prevent defense. See right there, that was looking at from Walker right there. That was kind of Walker should have gotten that puck moved. There we go. There's a good shot on goal there. Probably should have passed that to Walker, but everyone complains that they don't shoot enough. 2:22 to go. Okay. Oh, nice move. There we go. Game over. Game over. Cappy. I don't know. Was that Cappy or Neighbors? Neighbors. That Cappy had a lot to do with that. Wow, good game. Happy dance. Told you. You got prevent offense. I said that. Oh, very, very well done. Big rebound, and Neighbors just buries it. All right. Now they'll pull the goalie. If they haven't, they're going to. That's the 17th goal of the season. We just wish he would get some assists. Oh, Cap got hit up high. Is he okay? They've emptied the net. We can make this a 4-1 game. Oh, wow. What's prevent offense? It's where you take your offense down there and you prevent the other team from having a chance to use their offense. Right? Yeah, Shen has played much better. It took him a while, though. He was struggling. It's only been in the last 5 or 6 games that he's really come out of it. Empty net. Let's make this. Let's get us an empty net goal. We're so bad at scoring on empty netters. Let's get one. Minute to go. That's going to be an icing. I don't mind that. Yeah, he took that off the noggin. Put Neighbors out there. Let him get the Hattie. Let Neighbors get a Hattie. Buffalo might have called the timeout. Shannon Kaepernick for that. Kaepernick did a lot with that. That would be great. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Would love to see that. I don't think he'd have to really. They'd have to be out of the zone and come into the zone for that to happen. And there's only 53 seconds left. I don't think there's enough time for it to happen, but it could. There we go, Sonny. Now you got the chance. Oh, Hofer was thinking about it. Here we go. 20 seconds to go. Big 2 points for the Blues. There we go. Well, the stars, my stars of the game are going to be simple. Third star is going to be Bushnevich. Second star is going to be Hofer, and my first star is going to be Neighbors. However, I don't think that that's the way they're going to go with it. I see that the third star, the way I see it coming out, is third star being Hofer, second star being Opesco, and first star being Neighbors. That's the way I see it coming out. We'll see how Buffalo does it. Great game, man. Blues played a very good game. Now, it was sloppy in the second. I will admit that. But, here we are. We're back up 6 games over 500. And Hofer, Neighbors, Thomas. I don't know about Thomas in there. I would think Bushnevich a little more than Thomas on that one. But you get to go. I'm just telling you the way that I think it'll end up coming out. When the visitor team wins, I've been seeing this a lot. Them giving a top star to the home team. The only guy I can see is Opesco. That's the only one I can see. Nashville to lose tonight, that would help, but we have games in hand in Nashville, so I'm not completely worried about that. We need to win tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big game. Tomorrow is a huge game. 3 stars of the game. Who are they, Lance, man?
Hofer, Neighbors, Kyrou.
I had it. I went Bushnevich third star, Hofer second, Neighbors first. But I think the way it's going to go is going to be Hofer third. He stopped 33 of 34 shots. Opesco second, Neighbors first. That's how I think it'll go.
Well, I think that Kyrou should get the credit for the game-winning goal because he's made it 2-1. That's the eventual game-winning goal.
Yeah, I do see. I see you with that now, but I also think that
if you're talking about it, go ahead.
Bushnevich had a lot to do, even though he didn't get an assist on that Kyrou goal. Him not playing that puck was just as important as if he did play that puck.
He won't get any of the stars, I can guarantee it. I'm not saying he doesn't maybe deserve one. I'm just saying they won't give him a star. And if you're talking about Buffalo, the 3 stars given him to.
Okay, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Damn. Third star with 1 goal, the game-winning goal, Jordan Kyrou. Second star, stopping 33 of 34 Buffalo Sabres shots, Joel Hofer. And with 2 goals tonight, Jake Neighbors, your number 1 star.
Yep.
Right? Great. Other than the second period, where they kind of bent and didn't break, the Blues played a good game tonight.
Yeah, there was a few times in the third period where Buffalo hemmed them in, but for overall, they played a very good game all 3 periods.
Shots. You're leading by 1. Shots were 11 apiece. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that. Prevent offense, I call it. A new term I came up with today is, and that's what the Blues played for the most part of the third period, was a prevent type offense where you're taking the puck and you're taking it down and you're keeping it in the offensive zone. You're getting a cycle on. You're taking shots. You're keeping them from having the puck.
Yep.
That's a prevent offense, right? Is it a good term?
Yeah, you could call it that.
Right? Just get in.
Matt Lowe asked why Kyrou scored the game-winning goal, the second goal, and Thomas played well, but he does not deserve any of those 3 stars.
Thomas had a powerful assist, that first assist on the Neighbors power play goal. Thomas was even for the night. He wasn't on the ice for any of the goals, right? So I mean that's got something, or he wasn't on even strength for any of the goals, so he was even for the night. So I think that takes a little bit. If I'm looking at this right, yeah, Thomas. No, he was +1, so he was on the ice for 1 of them. I didn't think he was. Let me go back and look at that again. Which one was he on the ice for? St. Louis on the ice. Da. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, he was okay for the Rosen goal, or for the Kyrou goal. He was on the ice for that one. Okay, I didn't know he was on the ice. Wasn't sure. I didn't see his number at first. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Yeah, I could see it either way. Not on my 3 stars. I meant Kyrou, not Thomas. You wouldn't put Kyrou on your 3 stars? I mean, game-winning goal. I mean, Matt Lowe, are you that much of a Kyrou hater?
And also, he had a great game. He hit the post once, and he was really all over the ice for the whole game.
You said Hofer, Neighbors, Thomas, and it wasn't. It was Neighbors, Hofer, Kyrou. It wasn't.
No,
Thomas,
it was Neighbors, Kyrou. Did Kyrou get 3rd star or 2nd star?
Kyrou was 3rd star.
All right.
Neighbors, Hofer, Kyrou. All right. Neighbors, Hofer, Kyrou. I meant Kyrou, not Thomas. Well, you put Thomas though. Oh, he says here, Kyrou, not Thomas. Okay.
I will say this: if Hofer would have been first, I would have understood it, because I mean, he really, there were some times they were really pressuring him, and he kept his cool. And
yeah, but it's hard. It's when you're out of town, when you're the visitors. I've seen the media, and they don't say who did the 3 stars, but I've seen the media give the home guy a star.
Oh yeah, it happens a lot. It happens.
They've been doing that a lot lately, so that's why I was thinking a Pesco might have gotten a star there and pushed one of ours out. But Hofer, 33 of 34, and other than a couple of miscues, he was very well. And the goal that went in wasn't really on him; it hit somebody.
Yeah, you can't blame him for that one.
So yeah, I'm very happy with tonight's game. The Blues now are let me make sure I get my numbers right here real quick. They are 6 games over 500. They are 27, 21, and 2. Right? That's huge.
And they have 56 points, correct?
56. Oh, yeah, 56 points.
Yep.
Right?
Big win. Now let's see them give the same effort tomorrow. The Canadians aren't a great team this year. They've had spurts where they've played well.
Yeah.
But the Canadians also play today. So they're doing back-to-back games.
Didn't they beat us earlier this season?
I don't remember.
I thought the Canadians beat us earlier this season.
I thought the Blues won that game, but I might be mistaken.
I know we've played them already, right? I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can find something here that I can look at real quick. Here we go. Let me pull the schedule up real quick. I'm working on it. Give me a second, guys.
Take your time.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure we've already played them. No, we play them. Pretty sure we've already played them.
I think we played them at home.
Didn't play them in January. I thought they played them like when we were playing bad hockey. Though I could be wrong. Didn't play them in December. November. We beat them 6-3.
Yeah.
Played them at home, beat them 6-3. So I was wrong. That was when we were like going back and forth between 500,
Mm-hmm.
Playing back and forth with 500. We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 games, and then we went on that losing streak where we lost to the Sharks, the Kings, and then finally beat the Ducks. Right, and then so then we lost to the Predators 8-3. So it's the game we needed. It was a solid play. I really think Montreal lost today 3-2 and didn't play particularly well. And their backup should play. I could see him putting Allen in tomorrow. I could absolutely see him putting Jake Allen in tomorrow.
Yeah, they've got the 3 goalies with.
Yeah, they're playing a 3-goalie system
with Montalban, and then Primo, and then Allen.
I could see Allen getting the net tomorrow. Couldn't you?
Yeah, I could see it.
I would. I would put Allen in net tomorrow. Right. Especially if you're trying to trade him and he's playing his old team. Right. I would. Out of town scoreboard real quick. Like was stated, Dallas beat Montreal 3-2. Calgary, good little butt whipping of the Islanders 5-3, and the Canucks are in OT with Red Wings tied at 3. The Caps are going to take on the Bruins here shortly after this game's over. Colorado is going to take on the Panthers down in that's in Miami, right there in Miami. Yeah. The Devils are in Carolina taking on the Hurricanes in Raleigh. The Lightning are in Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets. The Maple Leafs Hockey Night in Canada game against the Senators. Kraken are taking on the Flyers in Philly. Penguins taking on the Jets. I think that's a Hockey Night in Canada game. You got the Coyotes against the Predators, and then the Oilers down in Tinseltown taking on the Kings. Thank you, Aaron. We caught that. We got that. I appreciate you there. Anything to close out there, Lance, man? Any thoughts? Last minute thoughts?
No, just a great overall game, and if they can play this way against every team, which they're going to have off nights, but I thought they played very, very well. I thought that they handled most of the pressure in the second and third period pretty well. I think their third period was better than their second.
Yeah.
But just an overall good game, low scoring game, but fun to watch.
I think the best part of this was in the third when they needed that goal.
Yeah, they got it.
Right? Yes, we are first in 1-goal games. We were before the game. Actually, this wasn't a 1-goal game though. This was a 2-goal game. No, they played very well, and when they needed that insurance marker, they got it, and they broke the back, and they got it by doing the thing that I've said they needed to do: shoot for the pads. Shin shot at the pads, and that created that rebound with Neighbors all by himself coming down trailer.
That was that was a bad time to not stop that rebound on Lehkonen. I mean,
that's why you shoot for the pads.
Yeah, you can still stop it in front of you though if it hits your pad. I mean, it depends on where it hits your pad, and like you said.
Well, they angle the goalies. I mean, you see it. They angle their pads. So the way they put their legs in an angle. So if the puck hits it, it's supposed to go towards the boards. But if you're shooting it right, especially if you get it lower in the pad, it's going to come back up to where it did. It's not going to go straight over to the boards. It's going to come more up the ice into the house. And that's exactly where that one went. And Neighbors just buried it back of the net. That's a 17 goal of the season. He's now tied for the lead on the Blues.
Easy open net for him to shoot in.
So that's where Shen makes an amazing. I mean, that's what I think the Blues need to do more. I'd like to see more of them shooting for the lower pads. And they talked about it on ABC. The Blues do that a lot. I don't think they do it enough. Right? I don't think they do it enough. But hey, when you got it, and then I give a lot of credit to the referees at the end of this game.
Yep, I do too.
Because that was a pivotal moment in the game.
Yep, huge moment.
When you called that 4-minute major, or 4-minute double minor for a high sticking, and you went and reviewed it. Now, I don't know if they reviewed it on their own or if Toronto asked them to review it, but to call it, there's one problem I have, is if they call a penalty, they can downgrade it, but they can't upgrade it. I think they should be able to call a penalty and then upgrade it as need be. Upgrade or downgrade as need be. Right? Like, let's say they call that as a 5-minute major. They can go back and look at it and then downgrade it. But if they called it as a 2-minute high sticking, they couldn't go back and upgrade it. Right? But the smart thing was they looked at it and they realized, I mean, I'm sorry, Parayko's stick never comes above his waist.
No, and the only thing they can do if it's a 5-minute major, they can look at it and see if it's a game misconduct. That's
no,
the
they
only
can lower
thing.
it. They can go down.
I watched a game earlier this year where I don't know if it was Washington or another game. A guy got a 5-minute major, and the refs looked at it again, gave him the 5-minute major, and a game misconduct.
But they can degrade a penalty. Yep. They cannot upgrade a penalty.
No, a 2-minute penalty. The only way they can do a 2-minute penalty is if they miss something. But I've never seen it upgraded from a 2 to a 4.
Matt Lowe says, perfect shot, pad pass by Shin. Exactly what he was trying to do. I think it was too, man. Because in that situation, if you see that trailer, do it, right? And he saw the trailer, he saw neighbors, and that's what they needed. Well, guys, I got up kind of early this morning. I think I'm going to go get me some, make a run for the border, get some Taco Bell, and then maybe take a nap before I watch some more hockey later today. Lance, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you can. I know you might not be able to join me tomorrow, but if you can, would greatly appreciate it. Same time, games on at the same time.
Okay.
We'll be here, guys. Thank you so much for staying. I saw us get up to the 13-14 number, so I appreciate that. Got 15 likes. Well, 14 likes and 1 angry face. I'm not sure why, but hey, it is what it is. Guys, thank you so much. I had fun doing the game. I haven't kept my voice in check today. Didn't get too, because it's earlier and I don't want to get, well, in this building, I don't think I would, because I'm in a brick building, but my other building that was all, plasterboard. I got a warning for, a noise warning for doing the shows. Yeah. They made me start closing the windows, and it got so hot, but hey guys, I had a great one. Lance, did you have a good one today?
Thanks.
All right. Take it easy, guys. I love you. We'll see y'all. By the way, you know what we always say, right? Right?
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues!
That's right, boys. Let's go, Blues. This is Guy and Lance for the Blue Note Fan Report saying aloha mahalo. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, on the Blue Note Fan Report. Aloha.